Let's talk about Donald Trump. The US president has wrapped up a historic Gulf tour, the optics of which were as important as mega deals signed. He was greeted with spectacular fanfare in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. The Gulf countries proved their loyalty to the US president, who always puts business first. But as all of this was panning out, two countries did not know what to make of it. One foe, the other friend. Iran and Israel have been trying to make sense of Washington's foreign policy under Donald Trump. It's not as straightforward as before. So why is Iran treading with caution? Is the best friend Israel feeling betrayed? And who really wins from Trump's Gulf visit? US President Donald Trump's first foreign trip since taking office this year was expected to be the Middle East. He made the same decision in his first term. And given how complex the region is, every move the US president is read between the lines, where he stops, who he greets, and what deals he makes. In Riyadh, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman broke royal protocol by personally greeting the president on the tarmac. Trump's motorcade from Qatar's Doha airport was flanked by bright red Tesla Cybertrucks. And in Abu Dhabi, UAE leader awarded his American counterpart with the nation's highest civil honor. In Iran's eyes, this trip wasn't just about fanfare and diplomacy. It was about its enemy camp growing in size, one that is bankrolled by oil, armed by the Americans, and aimed straight at Tehran. US military presence in the Gulf has grown exponentially since the 1991 Gulf War. Today, there are more than 40,000 American troops stationed across Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia. And just like Trump's last visit of 2017, this visit wasn't only about diplomacy, it was transactional. Trump threw around Iran's name multiple times during his trip. He sent mixed signals. On one hand, he called for the goodwill of Tehran. On the other, he threatened maximum pressure. But the clearest indication was the US making progress in its indirect talks with Iran to reach a nuclear deal.
We're in very serious negotiations with Iran for long-term peace. And if we do that, it'll be fantastic. Nuclear dust. We're not going to be making any nuclear dust in Iran, and we've been strong. I want them to succeed. I want them to end up being a great country, frankly, but they can't have a nuclear weapon.
Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has dismissed Trump's remarks as deceptive. While decrying the transactional aspect of Arab-US relations, Iran has also sought to appeal to Trump's deal-making instincts, warning the world not to trust Washington.
You said it very accurately. One of the fundamental problems is that the West does not keep its promises, considers itself the owner of the world, develops standards, and tells everyone to act according to them. This is a serious problem. You have witnessed this many times in your country. Your historical experience shows this. We have also experienced this many times.
Thanks to Trump, for Israel, the Gulf is no longer the enemy zone. It's a new neighborhood. After all, under his presidency, the Abraham Accords were signed in 2020, normalizing relations between Israel and the UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. But that was in 2020. Abraham Accords, as successful as Trump sees it, has been put on the back burner. In this trip itself, he urged Saudi Arabia and Syria to normalize ties with Israel. But that didn't come with any conditions. In fact, Gulf diplomats are openly endorsing nuclear talks with Iran. So was this trip a snub to Israel?
You're not going to Israel. Does this trip sideline Israel at all?
No, not at all. No, this is good for Israel. Having a relationship like I have with these countries, Middle Eastern countries, essentially all of them, I think it's very good for Israel.
You have to agree the United States has been able to mold the Middle East in a way where Israel no longer stands alone against Iran. Whether the Gulf countries see it the same way in the contemporary times or not is something we will have to find out. So Trump's Gulf visit isn't just about Iran or Israel. It's about reshaping the balance of power. And given Trump thinks he can solve pretty much everything with trade, the Gulf seems to be happy since it has the black gold to offer in abundance. But here's the main question. In trying to keep everyone close, Iran in talks, Israel reassured, the Gulf armed, is Trump stabilizing the Middle East or just setting up the next fault line? I'm Ananya Datta. Thanks for watching Grey Zone.